Sheri Melander-Smith, and you're watching Living Forward. The goal of Living Forward is to focus on issues that help others live the very best life possible after the onset of a disability or chronic illness. The National Organization on Disability reports that more than 54 million Americans have a disability. Now that's a large number, and you don't need to feel awkward when you're dealing or interacting with a person who has a disability. Today we're going to be talking about the basics of disability etiquette. We'll begin with number 1, which is first, just simply ask before you help someone. Just because someone has disability, don't assume that they need help. If the setting is accessible, people with disabilities can usually get around just fine. Adults with disabilities want to be treated as independent people. So offer assistance only if the person appears to need it. And if she does want help, always ask before you act. Be sensitive about physical contact. Some people with disabilities depend on their arms for balance, and suddenly grabbing somebody, even if your intention is to assist them, could knock them off balance. Also, be sure to avoid patting a person on their shoulder or touching their wheelchair or scooter or cane. People with disabilities consider their equipment as part of their own personal space. The next tip is think before you speak. And always speak directly to the person with a disability, not their companion, aide, or their sign language interpreter. Making small talk with the person who has a disability is great. Just talk to them as you would anybody else. The next tip is to respect their privacy. If you ask somebody about their disability, they may feel as if you're treating them as just the disability and not as a human being. However, many people are comfortable with having children come to them with their natural sense of curiosity and don't mind if children ask questions. The next tip, don't assume that people with disabilities can or can't do something. Don't make decisions for them about participating in any activity. Depending on the situation, it could also be a violation of the ADA to exclude people because of a presumption about their limitations. The next step, respond graciously to requests when people who have a disability ask for an accommodation at your business. It's not a complaint. It simply shows that they feel comfortable enough in your establishment to ask for what they need. And if they get a positive response, they'll come back again and tell their friends about what the great service they had in your business. And some terminology tips. Lastly, remember to put the person first. Say, person with a disability, rather than disabled person. Say people with disabilities rather than the disabled. And be sure to avoid outdated terms like handicapped or crippled. Say wheelchair user rather than confined to a wheelchair or wheelchair bound. And with any disability, avoid negative, disempowering words like victim or sufferer. Say person with the disability instead of victim of or a person who suffers from. Remember that people with disabilities want to be treated just like everybody else. So that's our show for today. Please join me next month as I'll be on location at the Innovative Special Education Services, or ISES, Accessible Technology Convention. I'm going to be there interviewing some of the vendors, and it should be a very fun and informative show. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.